Hello, I'm Sebastian. Welcome to 9 Trees podcast. Today, I will summarize and review the book, Social Security, Simple and Smart. Updated for 2025 by Tom Margenau is a practical guide to navigating one of the most important and most misunderstood parts of retirement planning in the United States. Margenau is widely known for translating Social Security rules into plain language, focusing on the real decisions people face rather than abstract theory. This updated edition aims to help readers make confident claiming choices, understand how benefits are calculated, and avoid common mistakes that can permanently reduce lifetime income. The book walks through the program basics, then builds into the tricky areas such as spouse and survivor benefits, the earnings rules for people who work while collecting, taxation of benefits, and how Medicare intersects with Social Security. While Social Security can feel like a maze of exceptions and timing rules, the author's approach is oriented toward clear explanations, everyday examples, and decision-making frameworks. For anyone approaching retirement, already receiving benefits, or advising family members, this book serves as a reliable map for planning around a benefit that often anchors long-term financial security. I will give you key takeaways from this book. Firstly, how Social Security benefits are built and calculated. A core strength of this book is its focus on the mechanics behind your monthly check, because understanding the building blocks makes the later choices far easier. Margenau emphasizes the foundation, your earnings record, and how work history translates into a benefit amount. Readers are guided through the idea that benefits are based on lifetime earnings in covered employment, and that the timing of claiming changes the final payment, The discussion helps clarify why some people with similar careers receive different benefits and why your statement is only as accurate as the wage record behind it. The book also highlights practical steps such as checking your earnings history, correcting errors early, and understanding what milestones like full retirement age mean for benefit calculations. Instead of treating the formula as a black box, the author focuses on the implications: what raises benefits, what does not, and which decisions are irreversible once benefits begin. This section sets up informed planning by explaining what is within your control, what is dictated by law, and how estimating tools should be interpreted. For readers who feel intimidated by the math, the value is not calculation drills but clarity on inputs, timelines, and levers that affect lifetime income. Secondly, claiming strategy and timing, early, full retirement age, or later, claiming timing is often the highest stakes decision retirees make with Social Security, and Margenau frames it as a trade-off among cash flow needs, health, work plans, and household protection. The book explains the consequences of starting benefits early, including permanent reductions that can ripple into spousal and survivor scenarios. It also explains the appeal of waiting, including delayed credits that raise monthly income and can function like longevity insurance for those who expect a longer retirement. Rather than pitching one universal best age, the author pushes readers to compare scenarios and think in lifetime terms, not just break-even headlines. The guidance connects timing to real-life constraints, layoffs, caregiving, phased retirement, debt, and the psychological comfort of a steady check. The book also discusses how claiming interacts with continued employment and the rules that can temporarily withhold benefits before full retirement age. Readers are encouraged to treat the decision as a household problem when married, since one person's timing can materially affect the other person's spousal or survivor benefit. The result is a structured way to choose a claiming date that aligns with priorities, while avoiding common misconceptions such as assuming you must claim at a certain age or that waiting is always best regardless of circumstances. Thirdly, spousal and survivor benefits. Protecting the household, not just the worker. Many people underestimate how much of Social Security planning is actually family planning, and this topic is where the book is especially useful. Margenau explains the difference between benefits paid on your own record and benefits paid as a spouse or survivor, and why those distinctions matter when coordinating retirement as a couple. Readers learn how spousal benefits work in relation to the worker's record, how eligibility is determined, and why the claiming choices of one spouse can shape the other spouse's long-term income. The book also covers survivor benefits, which can become the primary source of Social Security income after a death, making them a critical but often neglected part of retirement risk management. Discussion includes how remarriage, divorce, and age at the time of claiming can change outcomes, and why household strategy often prioritizes the higher earner's benefit as a form of protection for the surviving spouse. Margenau addresses common confusion around who can claim what and when, emphasizing rules that have changed over time and the importance of using current guidance. The practical takeaway is that a coordinated approach can reduce the risk of leaving money on the table and can improve financial stability for the spouse who lives longer, which is a common and costly retirement scenario. Fourthly, working, earnings limits, and taxes, avoiding surprise reductions. This section tackles the day-to-day realities that can catch claimants off guard, earning wages while collecting, and the taxation of benefits. Margenau explains the earnings rules for people who begin benefits before full retirement age, including how benefit withholding works and why it is often misunderstood as a penalty rather than a timing mechanism. The book helps readers anticipate cash flow issues, plan around part-time work, and coordinate claiming with a phased retirement schedule. It also clarifies what changes once full retirement age is reached, reducing anxiety for those who want to keep working. Alongside earnings, the author addresses the federal income tax treatment of Social Security benefits, focusing on why some retirees pay tax on part of their benefit depending on other income sources. Readers are guided to think holistically about retirement income, including pensions, withdrawals from retirement accounts, and investment income, because these can push benefits into taxable territory. The value here is practical prevention. Understanding rules before filing can help avoid unpleasant surprises, reduce the chance of underwithholding, and encourage smarter sequencing of income sources. The overall message is that Social Security does not operate in isolation. It sits inside a larger income and tax picture, and small planning steps can preserve more of what you have earned. Lastly, Medicare, enrollment timing, and coordinating with Social Security. For many retirees, Medicare decisions arrive at the same time as Social Security decisions, and the book emphasizes that coordination matters. Margenau explains the basic relationship between Social Security and Medicare, including how enrollment timelines can affect coverage and how premiums are commonly paid. Readers gain clarity on why delaying one program does not automatically delay the other, and how mistakes around enrollment can create penalties or gaps. The book also highlights the practical reality that retirees often choose claiming dates based on healthcare transitions, employer coverage ending, or a spouse's insurance situation. By treating Medicare and Social Security as linked parts of retirement administration, the author helps readers build a cleaner timeline and reduce administrative stress. The discussion encourages readers to confirm deadlines, keep documentation organized, and understand which agencies handle which parts of the process. Importantly, the book frames these steps as risk reduction, healthcare costs, and coverage continuity can shape retirement security as much as the size of a monthly benefit. While the content is written for non-specialists, the guidance is concrete enough to help readers ask the right questions, prepare for enrollment, and avoid common procedural errors. The takeaway is that smart retirement planning includes both income strategy and healthcare logistics, and coordinating the two can prevent costly missteps. In conclusion, this book is best for near retirees deciding when to claim, current beneficiaries who are unsure about working or taxes, and couples who want to coordinate decisions to protect the surviving spouse. It is also useful for adult children helping parents because it breaks down confusing rules into actionable steps and decision points. The life benefit is straightforward. Social Security choices are often irreversible, and small misunderstandings can reduce income for decades. By clarifying benefit calculation, claiming timing, spouse and survivor options, and the impact of work, taxes, and Medicare enrollment, the book helps readers choose with fewer regrets and more financial stability. Compared with many retirement guides that treat Social Security as a brief chapter, Margenau's focused approach goes deeper into the real-world rules and exceptions people actually encounter. The updated for 2025 angle is valuable because program rules, thresholds, and administrative practices can change, and readers need current guidance rather than recycled advice. It is worth buying if you want a practical reference you can return to when a life event happens, such as a change in work plans, a spouse retiring, divorce, or the loss of a partner. The book's clear framing and scenario-based thinking can help you maximize household security, not just chase a single optimal claiming age. If you would like to support Tom Margenau, you can buy the book through the Amazon link I've provided in the podcast description. After reading the book, please let me know what you think and share your thoughts. See you around.